My friends, let me tell you something. There comes a time in life when you realize that the most important person you need to take care of is you. For so long, you have put everyone else first. You have been the backbone, the nurturer, the problem solver. You have carried the weight of responsibilities on your shoulders, often at the expense of your own well-being. But now, in this season of life, it is time to shift the focus inward. It is time to give yourself the same love, care, and attention that you so freely poured into others. Your body has carried you through decades of work, sacrifice, and endurance. It has been there through long nights, early mornings, and moments of exhaustion that no one else ever saw. Now it's asking for your care. It's asking for rest, for nourishment, for movement that feels good, not forced. It's asking you to listen, to honor what it needs, instead of pushing it beyond its limits. When you take care of your body, you are not being selfish. You are being grateful for the vessel that has carried you through life. Your mind, too, deserves care. For years, it has been filled with worries about others, about finances, about the future, about things beyond your control. Now it's time to clear that space. It's time to replace overthinking with peace, to let go of the need to have all the answers. Feed your mind with things that bring you joy, books that inspire you, music that soothes you, conversations that uplift you. Let go of the noise that drains your energy, the opinions that do not serve you, the negativity that clouds your joy. Your heart has loved, lost, broken, and healed over and over again. It has given when it was empty, forgiven when it wasn't easy, and held on when it should have let go. Now your heart needs to be at ease. It needs to be filled with kindness for yourself. It needs to be protected from people who drain it, from relationships that do not nurture it. It needs space to breathe, to be soft again, to feel love in its purest form, starting with the love you give to yourself. Your spirit, that quiet force within you, has always known what you need, but life, expectations, and obligations made you ignore it. Now is the time to return to yourself, to reconnect with the things that make you feel alive. Maybe it's prayer, meditation, nature, or simply sitting in silence. Maybe it's doing something creative, something that sparks joy just because it feels good. Whatever it is, make space for it. Your spirit is asking you to listen. Boundaries are a form of self-care. You no longer have to be available for every request, every favor, every conversation that leaves you drained. It is okay to say no. It is okay to put yourself first, without explanation or guilt. You have spent years making sure others are okay. Now it is time to ask yourself, am I okay? And if the answer is no, it is your responsibility to change that. Rest is not a reward, it is a necessity. You do not have to earn the right to slow down. You do not have to prove your worth through exhaustion. You have already done enough, given enough, been enough. Rest because your body needs it. Rest because your soul deserves it. Rest because you have nothing left to prove. Happiness is no longer something to chase, it is something to create. It is in the little things, the first sip of tea in the morning, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the laughter that comes from deep in your belly. It is in the moments you choose for yourself, the peace you protect, the joy you cultivate. And the most beautiful part, you no longer need permission to enjoy it. There comes a time in life when you realize that peace is your greatest wealth. Not money, not status, not validation, just peace. The kind of peace that allows you to wake up in the morning without anxiety, to move through your day without unnecessary burdens, to lay your head down at night without regret. It is a quiet power a knowing that no matter what happens around you, nothing can disturb what is within you. Inner peace does not come from controlling everything. It comes from releasing the need to control. You have spent years trying to fix, manage, and hold things together, believing that if you just tried a little harder, everything would fall into place. But peace is found in surrender, in accepting what is, in trusting that life will unfold as it is meant to. When you stop fighting what you cannot change, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering. Silence is one of the most powerful ways to protect your peace. Not everything requires a response. Not every battle is yours to fight. Not every opinion needs to be corrected. There is strength in simply observing, in choosing where to place your energy. When you learn to be still instead of reactive, when you allow silence to replace chaos, you realize that peace was always within you. It was just buried beneath noise that was never yours to carry. Forgiveness is not about freeing others, it is about freeing yourself. Carrying resentment, anger, and disappointment only weighs you down. It keeps you chained to moments that no longer exist. You are not obligated to hold on to pain just because it feels familiar. Letting go is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is choosing to prioritize your well-being over old wounds. It is choosing peace over prolonged suffering. Your environment plays a significant role in your inner peace. Surround yourself with people who bring calm, not conflict. Choose relationships that nurture, not drain. Protect your space from negativity, gossip, and unnecessary drama. You have the right to walk away from anything that disrupts your peace, whether it's a conversation, a habit, or a person. Your energy is sacred, and it is your responsibility to guard it. Gratitude is one of the simplest ways to cultivate peace. When you focus on what is right instead of what is wrong, when you appreciate what you have instead of longing for what you don't, you shift your entire perspective. Peace is not found in waiting for perfect moments. It is found in embracing the beauty of ordinary days. The warmth of the sun, the sound of laughter, the stillness of a quiet morning. These are the moments where peace resides. Peace is also about learning to live in the present. The past is gone and the future is uncertain, but this moment is real. Too often we spend our time regretting what has happened or fearing what might come, missing the life that is unfolding right now. Be here, be fully present in your own life. Take deep breaths, slow down, and allow yourself to simply exist without the weight of yesterday or the worries of tomorrow. Inner peace is not something you find outside of yourself. It is something you create from within. It is a choice you make every single day to release, to forgive, to protect, to be present, to focus on what truly matters. And when you choose peace, you choose freedom. There comes a point in life when you must decide that carrying the weight of the past is no longer worth it. You have held on to old wounds, regrets, and disappointments for too long, and they have only made the journey heavier. The things that hurt you, the people who left, the opportunities that slipped away, none of it defines you anymore. The past is a place of lessons, not a place to live. Holding on to pain does not change what happened. It does not rewrite the past, it does not undo the mistakes, and it does not bring back what was lost. All it does is keep you trapped in a cycle of suffering, reliving moments that no longer exist. You do not have to carry guilt over what you did not know then. You do not have to keep punishing yourself for choices you made when you were still learning. Growth means allowing yourself to move forward without constantly looking back. Some people from your past were only meant to be lessons, not lifelong companions. You have spent years replaying conversations, wondering what you could have said differently, what you could have done to make them stay. But the truth is, some people leave because their chapter in your story has ended. Their absence made room for your growth. You cannot build your future while holding on to relationships that were never meant to last forever. Resentment is another weight that keeps you stuck. You think that holding on to anger will somehow make things right, that refusing to forgive will balance the scales. But resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. It only hurts you. It takes up space in your heart that could be filled with joy, with love, with peace. Forgiving does not mean excusing what happened. It means refusing to let it control you anymore. Letting go is also about releasing the need for closure. Sometimes the apology never comes. Sometimes the explanation never arrives, and that has to be okay. You cannot pause your healing waiting for someone else to understand your pain. The closure you need is realizing that your peace is more important than their recognition of your worth. You do not need their validation to move forward. You decide when the past no longer has power over you. Memories can be tricky. They have a way of making the past seem better than it was or worse than it actually felt. But memories are just that, snapshots of moments that have already passed. You are not the same person who lived those experiences. You have grown, you have changed, you have learned. Give yourself permission to rewrite the narrative, to see the past for what it was, and to no longer let it define who you are today. Your future cannot fully unfold while your hands are still holding on to yesterday. There are new experiences waiting for you, new joys, new possibilities, but they cannot reach you if you are still clinging to what was. Letting go is an act of self-respect. It is telling yourself that you deserve a life unburdened by what no longer serves you. It is trusting that what is ahead is far more important than what is behind. The most powerful thing you can do for yourself is to release the weight you were never meant to carry. You do not have to keep revisiting the past to prove that it happened. You do not have to keep reopening wounds just to remember how they hurt. The past has done its job. It taught you, it shaped you, and now it is time to leave it where it belongs. Your energy is one of the most valuable things you have, yet too often it is given away without thought. You spend time worrying about things that will never change, engaging in conversations that drain you, and holding on to situations that offer nothing in return. But every ounce of energy you give away is something you cannot get back. It is time to become intentional about where you place your focus, your emotions, and your efforts. Not everything requires your attention. Not every argument needs your voice. Not every problem is yours to solve. When you learn to step back and assess what truly matters, you begin to see that so much of what once consumed you was never meant to be yours in the first place. Your energy should be directed toward things that build you, not break you. Toward people who uplift you, not those who exhaust you. There is a difference between being kind and being available to everyone. You have spent years showing up for others, but how often have you shown up for yourself? How often have you poured into your own needs, your own dreams, your own well-being? You are not obligated to be everything to everyone. You do not have to stretch yourself thin just to make others comfortable. Protecting your energy means recognizing that you too deserve care and attention. Some battles are not worth fighting. You do not have to prove yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You do not have to justify your choices to those who will never support you. Walking away is not weakness, it is wisdom. There is power in silence, in choosing peace over chaos, in deciding that your energy is better spent elsewhere. You do not have to attend every conflict you are invited to. Your time and energy should be invested in things that bring you joy, growth, and fulfillment. Spend it with people who make you feel alive, who celebrate your presence rather than take it for granted. Use it to pursue things that excite you, to create, to learn, to experience. Every moment you spend on something meaningless is a moment taken away from something that could have truly mattered. Be selective with how you spend your days. Emotional energy is just as important as physical energy. The thoughts you entertain, the emotions you dwell in, The stories you tell yourself, these shape your entire experience of life. If you constantly give your energy to negativity, to overthinking, to past regrets, then that is where your mind will live. But if you redirect that energy toward hope, gratitude, and possibilities, you will start to see life differently. What you feed grows, so be mindful of what you give your attention to. The people around you play a major role in your energy. Some people leave you feeling inspired, while others leave you feeling depleted. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with certain individuals. If someone consistently drains you, if their presence feels like a weight rather than a blessing, it is okay to create distance. You do not have to entertain relationships that take more than they give. You are allowed to choose peace over obligation. Being intentional with your energy is an act of self-respect. It is understanding that you cannot give your best to the world if you are running on empty. It is recognizing that not everything deserves your reaction, your time, or your concern. The more you protect your energy, the more you create space for what truly matters. And the more you allow yourself to live a life that feels full instead of one that feels drained. People may hear what you say, but they will always remember what you do. Words can be powerful, but actions leave a lasting imprint. You have spent years giving advice, trying to explain yourself, hoping that people will understand, but true influence does not come from convincing others. It comes from embodying what you believe. When you live with integrity, when your actions align with your values, you do not need to say much. Your life becomes the message. Not everyone is ready to hear the truth, and not everyone will understand your journey. You do not have to exhaust yourself trying to make others see things your way. The best way to teach is by living in a way that makes people curious. Show them what peace looks like. Show them what self-respect looks like. Show them what it means to stand firm in who you are without the need for validation. Silence can be more powerful than debate. There will be moments when you feel the urge to explain yourself, to correct misconceptions, to defend your choices. But some lessons are only learned through experience, not through words. You cannot force people to see what they are not ready to acknowledge. Instead of trying to prove your point, focus on living in a way that speaks for itself. Let your presence, your growth, and your happiness do the talking. Your energy shifts when you stop chasing approval. You begin to realize that leading by example means being so rooted in your truth that you no longer seek permission to be yourself. You do not need to announce every decision, justify every change, or explain every boundary. When you move in silence, when you trust your path without the need for outside validation, you naturally attract the right people and opportunities into your life. The people who look up to you, whether they are family, friends, or even strangers, are watching more than they are listening. Children learn from what they see at home. Loved ones notice how you handle adversity, how you treat yourself, how you carry yourself in difficult moments. If you want to inspire others, let them witness your growth, your discipline, your ability to remain true to yourself, even when it is not easy. Consistency is what sets true leaders apart. It is easy to say the right things, but it is much harder to embody them daily. If you value kindness, let it be reflected in how you treat others, not just in good times, but when tested. If you preach self-care, let people see you resting, setting boundaries, and prioritizing your well-being. If you believe in growth, let it be clear in your willingness to learn and evolve. Strength is not about how loud you can be, it is about how steady you remain. When you move with grace, when you do not let negativity shake you, when you refuse to engage in unnecessary battles, you show others a different way of being. There is power in quiet confidence, in not needing to prove your worth because you already know it. The most influential people are often the ones who do not need to announce their greatness. They simply embody it. Leading by example is not about being perfect, it is about being real. It is about showing up authentically, about demonstrating resilience, about choosing growth even when it is uncomfortable. People will remember how you made them feel, how you carried yourself, how you handled life's challenges with grace. When words fade, actions remain, and the way you live will leave a legacy far greater than anything you could ever say. Life is not a race to the finish line. It is a journey meant to be experienced, cherished, and embraced. Too often, people wait for the perfect moment to start enjoying life, believing happiness exists only in milestones, when they retire, when they achieve a goal, when everything falls into place. But joy is not found in some distant future. It is in the present, in the little moments that often go unnoticed. Every day is a reason to celebrate, simply because you are here, still growing, still learning, still evolving. Looking back, you realize how far you have come. The challenges that once felt impossible, the heartbreaks that seemed unbearable, the uncertainties that kept you awake at night, you survived them all. The strength you carry today was built in those moments. Every struggle shaped you. Every setback redirected you. Every detour led you to a place you never expected but needed to be. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, celebrate how much you have overcome. Gratitude is one of the purest ways to honor your journey. When you appreciate what you have instead of longing for what is missing, you shift your perspective. The roof over your head, the meals you eat, the people who love you, these are gifts, not guarantees. The ability to wake up each morning, to breathe, to move, to witness another sunrise, these are reasons to celebrate. Life is not just about chasing what's next, it is about pausing to acknowledge what is already here. Age is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. Every wrinkle, every gray hair, every laugh line is a symbol of a life well lived. Some people did not get the privilege of growing older, of witnessing more years unfold. Instead of resenting time, celebrate it. Celebrate the wisdom you have gained, the lessons you have learned, the experiences that have shaped you. There is beauty in every stage of life, and this season is just as valuable as the ones before it. Happiness is not in perfection, but in the ability to find joy in imperfection. The house does not have to be spotless, the plans do not have to go exactly as expected, and everything does not have to be in order for you to feel content. Some of the best memories are unplanned, messy, filled with laughter that comes from deep within your soul. Let go of the need for everything to be just right before you allow yourself to celebrate the life you have. The people around you are part of your journey, and celebrating life also means celebrating them. Tell the people you love that you appreciate them. Laugh with them, create new memories, hold on to the moments that make your heart feel full. Life is too short to hold back affection, too unpredictable to assume there will always be more time. Celebrate the relationships that bring you peace, the friendships that have stood the test of time, the bonds that remind you of what truly matters. Do not let routine make you forget that life is meant to be lived. Go outside and feel the sun on your skin. Dance to your favorite song even if no one is watching. Try something new even if it scares you. There is magic in stepping outside of the ordinary and allowing yourself to experience life fully instead of just going through the motions. Joy is not reserved for special occasions. It is found in the everyday moments you choose to embrace. Your journey is yours alone, and no one else's path will look exactly like yours. Comparison steals joy, making you believe that you are behind or that your story should look different. But every experience, every twist and turn, every unexpected moment has led you to where you are now. Instead of wishing for a different past or worrying about the future, celebrate the life you have. because this journey, with all its ups and downs, is uniquely and beautifully yours.